After your background is complete, it is time to focus on the candy pieces. So shading and coloring each individual piece of candy. I started with this one up here. You can see it finished. Now I'm going to move on to this sucker here. Make sure you are still observing the still life, looking for different shapes that you see with different values. Yes, the sucker is purple, but it's not just one purple. I'll probably use a light purple and a dark purple, and I might even pull some blue in there to get the darkest values of purple that I see. And this clear wrapper that's on top of the sucker, I'm going to use some grays. It's even going to overlap part of the candy like you see on the cinnamon candy that I colored here. Some of those gray lines, those wrinkles in the wrapper overlap on top of the candy. So starting with my lightest color, my lightest purple, I'm going to start filling in the sucker itself. Please use lines that imitate the shape of the candy. So if there's round edges, then use round lines to fill it in. But again, holding this end of the pencil, I'm going to start with a light value of purple on the sucker to start. Once I have that light value of purple down, I can pick up the darker purple, and looking at the edges of this, it gets a little bit darker on the edges, and there are some patches in there, different shapes that I see where the candy is a little bit darker. So I want to look at this candy while I am coloring. I'm not just filling it in flat purple. I know you can do that. I want to see the different shapes and the different values of purple that you see on that sucker. Pressing a little harder where it's a little bit darker. Continuing to use the rounded lines that I started with the lighter purple colored pencil. Darker around the edge. There's like a patch of darker color here in the middle, so I'm going to press a little bit harder here in the middle.